Deion Sanders. For some reason, I guess people can't understand the difference between worth and earned. And I'm surprised at Shaun King's take, because Shaun, having been a guy in the NFL era where his check was actually earned and he was not paid on his worth, actually was with Smitty on this one, and I'm kind of surprised. So I need another guy on my side. Where are you at with it? No, I'm just kidding. Where are you at with it? Is there, in your opinion, is he? I fully think he's worth it. He's what he's done, the money he's brought in, the fans filled up the stadium, all that shit. But I don't think he's earned it, and there's a difference in my opinion.
Well, Colorado 3 years ago was a forgotten program. Now they are much more relevant, and my view is if they only had Deion for 2 to 3 years, it's a phase. I want to set an era. And if this is an investment to have Deion plant his flag in Boulder and be there for a good 7-8 years and let him really set his roots down and get to recruiting and build a sustaining program post Travis and Shedeur, I think he's worth it. He's made them relevant. He's made them important. The kids, once again, are now back to actually looking at Colorado. They're always going to be a threat in the portal. If you're Colorado, I think you had to extend Deion to this degree. I actually think he earned it.
I agree with – see, I think he's worth it.
He said earned.
I don't think he's earned it. I think he's worth it, and I agree with you. I never said they shouldn't have extended him. I never said they shouldn't have gave him the money. I've said pure and simple, but I'm still the hater because I said he hasn't earned it. Like I asked Smitty a direct question, Steve, like 3 months ago. I've yet to get an answer, but who has he beat?
Because to me, that's a weak question. Like at the end of the day, he won 9 games last year. So
that's a
look
good
at
second year.
So go to Google and look at the
Yeah.
9 teams he beat. And you can look at that up yourself. Now
Coach
you're asking me,
Mack
did he
won
beat
10
Alabama?
games after they were 1-11
he beat
too.
9
Right.
teams who was on his schedule. That's point blank period. That's what
Coach
it is.
Mack, you forget about the white dude that won 10 games after they
I
won
know, but we're not
1-11
talking
too.
about
Right,
him.
but Coach,
I'm not arguing that.
It took Coach
You're bringing up
McCartney,
race.
God rest his soul, it took Coach Mack 5-6 years to build it.
Right.
It's not like he came out of the gate beating Nebraska and winning the Big 8 and Big 12.
Right.
Here's the issue I have, though, Steve.
Man.
Here's the issue I have. Like I said, I'm not tripping that he's not. I think he's worth it.
Reaching.
I don't think he's earned it. And this is why. You got guys in his conference. One of them went to a playoff. The other one beat the shit out of him in a bowl game. The last I checked, they are way underpaid under Deion.
I'm with you, but
I'm
again,
just
they
saying,
don't
like,
they,
earn it.
This is coach. This is the entertainment business. This is what sports is.
If we're going to say it's just the market and he's getting paid for what the market is, then just say that. And that's what football
not
turned
just
into.
that too. I'm not gonna let you have that because it's not like Colorado went 3-9. No, they improved. Like it's substance behind what he's doing too. It's not just ticket sales. It's not just the marketing. It's not just the national TV game. Not the fact that he had a Heisman winner and probably have 2 players in the top 10 of the draft, or at least both 2 guys in the first round. Not the fact that he has a 5-star quarterback now and a 5-star offensive tackle. They also improved season after season as well.
And Smitty, I want to see Deion or Coach Prime post Shedeur, post Travis Hunter. Let's see what he can do. I think it's fascinating. And by the way, college football needs an identity. I hated it when Harbaugh left because when I just love that quirky SOB. The fact that these players are so transient, we need guys that we can bank on. And when I think of Colorado, I think of Coach Prime, much like when Dean Smith was at UNC or Coach K. And he makes the game more exciting, more fun. Student bodies when they go on the road, people want to beat Coach Prime's team. He juices up the energy of that whole stadium.
He was just talking about. He just said last year Colorado ain't gonna win 5 games this year. They go out here and win 9. This is like
but we also agreed.
I guess he has to win a bowl game. I guess.
Missy, but we also agreed prior to this show. Steve and I and you said that the Big 10 or the Big 12 was going to be really, really good, and it ended up being horrible. It ended up being horrible.
Bit of a letdown, but coach,
and I control though. But here's the issue I have.
They're in a better place than they were 3-4 years ago.
I'm not denying. I never said they weren't. I never said he didn't deserve.
And that was earned.
It's worth. Like they're paying him on his worth.
Saying, if they're in a better place now than they were when he got there, how does that happen? There's work that happened in between that, Jason.
But Smitty, here's the issue I have. This is going to be year 3 for him there at Colorado, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So after 3 years, Kalani was 29-9. Deion has no shot.
Okay, but what did he take over though? That BYU's been a pretty good. I mean,
But I would argue that
program for a while.
BYU is a way harder job, Steve. Come on now.
It probably is,
like,
but again, if you're born
it's
on
way
third
harder
base,
job.
you can't say you hit a triple.
Ooh,
no,
say it again, Steve.
If you're born on third, that's like when people bring up Larry Coker's record. Larry Coker was terrible.
Everything
Larry
I hear
Coker
though,
but every time we hear about Larry Coker, there was a base of Miami fans before he's 53-9, and I used to say, if he was any good, he'd be 58-4.
Hello.
But you keep saying hello, Smitty, but you haven't. Smitty, you haven't brought not one fact. Smitty, you haven't brought one fact to the table. You just say hello.
Steve is cooking. I'm not saying nothing. Steve is cooking.
Okay, but
I
want to hear you.
Get mad at me. Get mad at Steve.
But I want to hear your facts because I ain't heard nothing. But other than he's an entertainer, Steve, he's an entertainer. Just say that's what he's getting paid on.
Well,
because
not just
he's
that.
Not getting paid because these other guys have won conferences. Steve, these other guys have won conferences.
I'm the Coach Prime Homer here. This is amazing. I'm gonna get fired from Fearless.
Hey, Steve.
Jason Whitlock never hears this show.
JB's fighting for his life, Steve. He never disagrees with you. He's trying to find some way to win this. You're wrong, Jason.
I give Prime credit though. He's hired some pretty good coaches. I don't mean Warren Sapp and Marshall Falk. Damian Lewis, former Hurricane, back at the U. He was good enough that Mario Cristobal said, come over here. We need you. He's a highly regarded young coach. Phil Lodeholt, very good offensive line coach. SEC team said, come over here. We're going to pay you a lot of money. I think Shermer did a pretty good job of settling down Shador and turning him into a guy that's going to be a first-round draft choice, it looks like, right? I don't know. To me, what is the art of leadership, Coach? You know this. It's delegation.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is we're not discussing the fact. The fact is we're paying him as an entertainer. You guys just said it. It's a market value. Because why are we talking about Kenny Dillingham? Didn't he inherit a 3-9 team? Didn't he go 3-9 his first year?
And he deserves credit.
What did he do last year? What did he do last year? Didn't he go?
Like, we're not saying
Bailey says Bailey's shaking your head in the back. What was Dillingham's record last year? What was Dillingham's record last year? 11-3. Wasn't it 11-3 and go to the college football playoff?
Play Texas stuff too. And he gets credit.
No, JB. Kenny should get paid. Right.
That's all we're
if it was breaking news now, if it said Kenny Dillingham gets a 6-year deal,
he's not going to get Deion Sanders money though.
Like, why are you getting mad? I'm not mad at that.
Who's mad? All I'm telling you is Kenny Dillingham is not ever going to get Deion Sanders money. That's what you don't get.
Okay, Coach.
It's an earn versus it's a worth versus earn scenario, and you can't tell me it's not.
But Coach, you know what the nightmare scenario is for that Colorado program if Deion would have just left right after this season? Because there's no way to replace him. You could not have filled those Nikes. That would have been tough. The fact that Deion is going to stick around a while, it looks like.
I knew he was.
I respect that.
Y'all didn't think he was.
I want to see what he could build over 5, 6, 7 years. I hope he's not job hunting.
No, I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that too, and I'm cool with that. And there's a reason why he knew that this was coming down the pike, Steve. He knew damn well he better stay his ass put and get that $55 million. He knew that's why he wasn't leaving. He knew this was coming down the pike. He knew that the AD was talking to him about the money. Come on now. He knew he was
going to be on beer a long time. You thought after Shador left, he was going to leave.
I did.
Then he said health issues, he was going to leave. Then he said he's going to win 5 games. It's like everything you said about Deion, he's like proving you wrong. The only thing he needs to do is go out there and win a big-time bowl game, which I agree. He's going into year 3. He needs to go out there and he needs to prove himself without Shador and Travis. Like Steve said. Game. And number 2, he needs to go out there and win a big-time bowl game.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the job is finished, but you can't forget or just throw down the lane everything else that he's done to this point. You talk about name facts, I listen you facts. And when you talk about earn, it's on the field, of course, wins and losses, but everything else matters too. Like the ticket revenue does matter. sold out crowds do matter. All that stuff matters as well. Recruiting does matter. Colorado wasn't bringing in no 5-star recruits and #1 players in their class before he got there. Like, that wasn't happening. We wasn't caring about Colorado.
Let's talk about the obvious. Like, who really thought he was going to stay at Colorado? Come on, homie. Well, I'm talking about when it all started. Nobody thought he was going to be there 3, 4, 5 years.
I would be willing to
he's
bet.
proved us wrong.
I would be willing to bet that Colorado's admissions are up. They probably
they
have more applications.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a proven fact that a good athletic department helps the overall university. I actually think Nick Saban was underpaid. If you look at Alabama with the endowment, the amount of donor money, the amount of national admissions that come in compared to, let's say, 1992. Look, when Miami's good at football, they'll tell you that academically it actually helped them in terms of attracting a national student base. It had nothing to do with football.
And that's my point on worth. That's why he is worth the money. That's literally my whole stand.
Then he has
earned it. Then they go hand in hand.
There's a huge difference, though. We're paying guys right now. We come on the show every day and we talk about the cats that load manage and everyone else in the NIL
that's
market.
Different. That's different.
No.
Dion doesn't get to take days off, though. I mean,
but in college, NIL cats are getting paid for what? Their worth, not what they've earned. We're already paying them pre-performance.
Well, that's because it's not really NIL. That's just pay for play.
Well, that's my point, though. That's the society we're in. But we are in the entertainment world where the market sets the dollar amount that you are worth, not what you've earned. This is prepay. We're prepaying these.
But we've seen 2 years of work, though. So it's not like it's not. Now listen, if he came straight to Colorado and got this deal immediately before he played one game, one play, you have a good point on that. But he's been 2 years of work, and we've seen nothing but improvement in every category.
And that's why I say pay him. He's worth it. Bailey, when did I say don't pay him?
I didn't say you said that. I've been saying
no. Bailey said why not pay him? I agree. Pay him. I never said don't pay him.
Coach, I want to see what the product looks like. If they're ready to play Juju Lewis or they're going to go with Caden Salter at quarterback, that matters. But the reality is, most of America, if you put up a picture of a college coach, they couldn't tell you who that guy is or where he coaches.
Facts.
Dion is probably one of 2 or 3 guys that everyone says, that's the guy at Colorado. We know him. There's a value to that for the university.
And here's the thing. I'm not the guy. I'm not going to be the guy that comes out and is another one of these guys that says, well, I want to see him now without his son. I want to see him now without Travis Hunter. I'm actually excited he's going to stay. I hope he does stay, and I want to see him coach. I want to see his ass coach. I'm not going to knock him. Oh, well, I think he's actually will be better without his kid. That's just my opinion. I think he'll actually be better. I'm just saying. I want to see him because he got a staff, y'all. So that's the thing, though. We can't say, if he said he's got the best staff. Right. He's got the best money. Like, this is now you're the
There's a
get out the pot. You better get out the pot now.
Look, losing a Heisman Trophy winner generally makes a team worse, okay? But now we get to see the next chapter. I'm excited, but has he earned that money? Yes, for what he has brought to Boulder, Colorado. I don't think it's a question. Now, if he goes back and then that program backslides, he's going to get a lot of heat. Guess what? That's part of the deal. He makes every Colorado game interesting in my view because he's going to say things that piss people off. His players are going to do certain things that people aren't going to like. And guess what? That's part of the fun. I think Colorado is a fascinating story, even now, post Shedeur and Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, it will be. I'm all listen, like I said, I think he's well worth the money, no question, especially now when we're paying motherfuckers based on the market value. That's what it is. Quarterback, players, NIL getting prepaid. They got more prepaid credit cards cracking over than Smitty and I got in college. Like, this is what it is. They get prepaid based on what they think they're worth, and that's what now coaches are getting paid. Just telling you. Because, he's yet to beat anybody in the top 10. He's yet to win a bowl game. He's yet to do anything, and that goes back to Jackson State.
Yeah, but Coach, period. No, you may be right, but to go from where they did and to win 9 games, which far exceeds what anyone outside of Joel Klatt thought, it's a good second year.
Jamie don't care about that, Steve. He don't care about the 9
We're not saying this was the 1990 Colorado team with the national title. No one is saying that.
Until Colorado wins the
Penny,
Natty, he won't earn it yet. Until
Alfred
they win the
Williams,
Natty.
Canavis McGee,
Listen,
they're
I
not
could
walking
care.
through
I
that
could care
door.
that. Listen, the bottom line is, like I said, I'm staying on business. It's he's worth it, and it's not my money. I could give us for it less. All I'm saying is he's worth the money. I don't think he's earned it, because then Leopold's earned it after what he's done at KU, which was far worse program than Colorado. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree.
Kalani's earned it because he's actually won. Dillingham's earned it in year 2 then, and they're not worth it. They've earned it, and that's the difference. That's just my point. I don't